Hello, 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 and welcome to Leadershipisation, all things leadership. I'm Beth Bergen. I'm a leadership and communication coach, and I work with executives, managers, business owners, and with individual coaching, but I also often work with their teams. And I'm here each Tuesday live, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Leadership, leadership. Leadership requires an interaction with your team, all different levels of your team. And that requires you to actually be communicating with your team, but it also requires you to be visible with your team. So every communication that you have with them doesn't have to be business or work orientated. It can actually involve you using your social skills. So today what I want to do is just have a quick look at what are your social skills, or how do your social skills rather contribute, and what social skills might be needed to develop really exceptional leadership. Because what's important is that you're engaging with your team. What's also important is that they feel at ease with you. The awesome thing here is that you can actually cultivate these skills. You can learn these skills. So there is an opportunity now for you to start at this base level, improving your leadership skills. Now, I want to start this off with a bit of a reminder. Lots and lots of research from different surveys or organizations has clearly identified in these studies that most people leave jobs. Most people leave their jobs because of poor leadership or poor management. So that's what makes it even more important that you develop a way of communicating and really being quite open and sociable with your team. So let's have a look at what I've got for you today. The first one is, every conversation is not about you. Every conversation is not about you. Don't be a conversation hog. Let other people speak. Let them feel valued and validated. And make sure that you understand that a good conversation is backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. When you're providing a directive, it's a different kind of conversation. That's much more a one-way conversation. But much of the rest of the time, it's two-way conversation, backwards and forwards. Make sure that you allow people time to share their opinions, and make sure that they are able to to understand what you're saying, but also to be understood. So my point here is, learn to listen more, two ears, one mouth, and talk less. Right? That's the first thing. The second thing that's important from the social skills toolkit is look at people. Maintain that eye contact. That eye contact is vital, because if you don't have it, you're actually putting up a barrier. If I'm trying to talk to you and I'm over here, or I'm busy typing on my machine, because that's more important than engaging with the individual, there's a huge barrier that's created. And what you're really saying, whether you intend it or not, what you're really saying is that whatever you're doing here on your keyboard is more important. So make sure that you actively practice looking at people when you're speaking with them. Don't stare them out, just look at them. Third thing is, respect people's personal space. Now, I'm a hugger and I'm a toucher, so I've really had to work hard to learn to be aware of those different boundaries that are around the culture, people's personal preferences, and the relationship, the quality of the relationship that I have with the person. Think about their comfort. Notice what you're noticing, and make sure that you adjust your behavior to meet whatever you perceive those needs to be. Yeah. Number 4, being right all the time. Some of us are inclined to be insistent. We believe that what we say and what we believe is right. So we can come across as being pretty stubborn, pretty inflexible, and we demonstrate a lack of interest in other people's perspective or viewpoints. Focus on having a conversation, not a competition. Focus on having a conversation, not setting up for a conflict. Respect others' viewpoints. Be prepared to lean back and just listen. Saying nothing doesn't mean that you agree. It means that you're demonstrating a willingness to listen and try to understand a person's viewpoint. A conversation, not a competition or a conflict. Okay? Next one. Hold on to your judgments. Our mind can be racing all around the place and we can make a really snap judgment just like that. And that absolutely, when we allow that to come into our mind, it limits our understanding of the individual. So it puts a real stop to having meaningful interaction. Try instead to have patience and curiosity, because everyone has a story. There's something going on for all of us, or that's gone on for all of us. So again, shifting back into that, using those active listening skills. I'll make sure to talk more about active listening skills in an upcoming session, or to point you back to one that I've done previously. Lean back, look to apply that active listening, and also a real understanding, so that you get that understanding of other people and your judgments don't get in the way. What flows on from that one quite naturally is that we often hold on to grudges. Just as we hold on to past judgments of people, we might have had to talk to one of our team about their past performance. What I'd really encourage you to do is to let that go. Let it go. Make sure that there's no resentment there in you, and that you're seeing the person now for who they are right now, so that whatever happened previously has been dealt with. It's been dealt with. There's no need for you to be holding on to that grudge. What it does is it gets in the way. It's like a super judgment that gets in the way of you being able to develop a meaningful relationship based on where the person is right now. Finally, bring your sense of humour to work with you. Don't leave it at home. It's a really powerful tool because it builds connections. Now, sometimes we think humour is what's needed, and if you're anything like me, there have been times when humour has been totally inappropriate. So you only really learn this one and all the other social skills that we've talked about today. You only really learn them by trying them out. Try them out, see how it goes, reflect on it, and then think, that didn't really work. How can I do that differently next time? The thing that I really enjoy about humour in the workplace is that it makes your interactions with people enjoyable, and it can ease the tension. From your team's perspective, it helps you to look more approachable, so that it's not it's not inappropriate, but it's there to make everyone feel comfortable. Now, remind yourself, this isn't a comedy show. It's not about you needing to be the class idiot or someone who laughs at every single thing, but it's about you as a leader using your humour and all of these other social skills in a really appropriate situation. Sometimes people do need to be touched. Sometimes people might be open to an appropriate hug. Other times, what they want is for you just to be quiet and listen to them. Other times we all benefit from letting go of those judgments or those grudges that might have been holding us back. The other thing that comes to mind as I'm talking to you is that often we overthink, we dramatize everything. We make a bigger deal out of something. You know that old saying about making a mountain out of a molehill? Try really hard as a leader not to be overthinking things, not to be adding all of that drama in or allowing that drama to take up the positive energy in your team. So stamp that out by modeling that this isn't something that you're going to be putting up with yourself. Yeah. Look, all of these things, leadership, communication, they're consistent and constant. Consistent, constant. Both words will be appropriate for this. There's a journey of continuous improvement. It's not going to go away, and it's based on you being prepared to reflect on your outcomes and to recalibrate your thinking and to acknowledge that you might not have done something appropriately so that your team can learn from that. Make sure that you're off the keyboard, that you're looking at people, that you're interacting with them. Be seen with your team in non-work situations, in the office, not just out of the office, but also in the office. Spend time with your team as a group, having a bit of a laugh, talking about non-work related things. Show an interest in your team. Be curious and show an interest in them individually. What did they do on the weekend? Even if it doesn't feel that important to you, what's important in your leadership role is that these are traits and behaviors that you demonstrate over and over and over again. Okay, just a quick reminder, my Leadership and Communication Accelerator, it's a 10-week program. 8 people in the program, and what we focus on in that program is building the skills that are going to allow you to be more productive, to get more balance between your life and your work so that you can be living the kind of life that you want to be living, but also the skill set that's going to be essential for you to go after that promotion, to go after those new projects that are going to stretch and challenge and grow you, and those opportunities for promotion. It's a great program. Let me know if you'd like more information about it, because I will be closing the applications for the next intake pretty shortly. So reach out. So thank you to anyone who's watched this live. Thank you so much. If you're watching a replay, hashtag replay underneath. If you've got questions or you've got comments, yell out. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. In the meantime, have an awesome rest of the week.